I'm Robin Murdoch. Michigan State Police are now investigating the death of a man outside of a bar in Port Huron over the weekend. We are told that man stopped breathing when bouncers were on top of him. We've got reaction from a woman who saw much of that ordeal in my live report. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, Robin. Fellow Democrats turning up the heat on Rashida Tlaib, what the Congresswoman said that has some in her own party calling for her to apologize.
After 6 weeks of striking, the UAW finally reaches a tentative agreement with the last of the big three. Coming up next, we'll tell you what's in this contract and what it means for General Motors workers.
Working for you. Fox 2 News Live at 11 starts now.
All about the UAW. Good morning. Thanks for being with us on this Monday. I'm Amy Lange.
I'm Brandon Hudson. We want to begin with what's now a death investigation at a Port Huron bar. Witnesses say that a man was standing up for women that he believed were harassed, but he lost his life moments later as security guards held him down to where he couldn't breathe.
This is very disturbing. Part of it was caught on camera, but right now many questions remain unanswered. Fox 2's Robin Murdoch is live with the very latest. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, Amy and Brandon. Yeah, Michigan State Police are asking anyone who may have been at the Roach Bar around the time that this has happened. Perhaps they may have taken some video with their cell phone, taken some pictures, or just if they saw what went on. They're asking them to come forward and share what they know, because it really could be vital in getting to the bottom of this. Now, Fox 2, we did touch base with a woman who actually witnessed much of the ordeal. As you can imagine, she is horrified and heartbroken.
People were everywhere. There would be at least 50 phones of people videoing and screaming, "You're killing him. Get off of him. Take him out of the cuffs. That's not how you do it." And nobody listened.
This is a short clip of a much longer, unsettling video shared with Fox 2 of that deadly situation near the Roach Bar in Port Huron over the weekend. We won't reveal the entire recording due to its graphic nature, but it does show Joshua Conant being held down by several bouncers. The 26-year-old eventually stopped breathing.
There's no doubt in my mind, if he would have been taken out of handcuffs, rolled over on his back, and had actual chest compressions for the 6 minutes I sat there screaming at them to do it, he would be alive.
Patty James is among those who watched in disgust and disbelief as this all played out outside the popular Port Huron hangout near Quay and Michigan Street just after 2 o'clock on Saturday morning. According to the Michigan State Police, which is now heading the investigation, it all began with a brawl at the bar that led to Conant being restrained by security there.
You don't tackle the biggest person in the room and take out the threat. He wasn't doing anything. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of people who need to be held accountable. Everybody, including the police.
Family members tell us Conant never got into a physical fight, but that he was verbally trying to protect some women who were being harassed just before closing. Once Port Huron police arrived at that now somber scene, marked by a bouquet of flowers, investigators say it was determined Conant was unconscious and started CPR. He passed away at a nearby hospital. Now those who likely witnessed his final moments want justice for Joshua.
And they straight up killed somebody. And then did nothing to save his life. Every single one of them in the video, in the picture that put hands on him is guilty.
Now, that woman obviously not holding back. Now, she did not personally know Conant, but she tells me that her daughter did. Her daughter does describe him as being kind, considerate, and just a great all-around guy, and we have heard that from a lot of people. Now, concerning the investigation, we are told when it is complete, a report will be sent to the prosecutor's office, and it is the prosecutor's office that will determine whether criminal charges will be filed in this. So, of course, a lot more to this story. Reporting for Fox 2 News, I'm Robin Murdoch.
Robin, I know you said that state police are asking anyone who did take any video to hand that over to them. And that witness in your story, she said there had to be 50 people standing around taking video. So there has got to be a lot of evidence to go through.
Yeah, there's got to be lots of people who are taking photos with their own phones. Obviously, businesses in the area, they'll be looking to see if any of them had surveillance cameras outside, possibly inside the bar too, likely had cameras in there that they will be looking into to try and see how all of this played out. So there's still a lot more to go in this investigation before we get any answers, but you can bet we'll stay on top of this for you and share them once we do. Back to you.
Yeah, definitely much more to come. Thank you so much, Robin Murdoch. As always, we appreciate you. Brandon.
Former Warren police officer who lost his job and his career after investigators say he used excessive force on an inmate will be in federal court today. Matthew Rodriguez faces charges of willfully depriving a prisoner of his constitutional rights by using excessive force. Now, this stems from a disturbing incident back in June. Investigators say the video, you see it here, shows Rodriguez punch an inmate in the head before slamming him to the floor of the Warren Police Department's booking room. Now, prosecutors say that Rodriguez also made false statements to Warren Police about the incident. The Warren Police Commissioner fired him from the department after an internal investigation over the summer. Rodriguez faces up to 30 years in prison if convicted of federal charges. And new information on a mysterious case that we brought you last week from Detroit's east side. Police say that they've identified a woman in this sketch whose body was found wrapped in a plastic and a blanket and then dumped at the intersection of Harrell and Camden Wednesday morning. However, right now they are not yet releasing the victim's name or how she died. They're in the process of notifying her next of kin.
And Election Day here in Michigan is tomorrow. The embattled mayor of Inkster trying to assure voters before they head to the polls.
We're here for controversy, you know, and the one thing that, you know, we have to do first of all is we have to stop operating confusion.
Okay, well, the remarks come at a time of turmoil for Patrick Wimberly, who was indicted last month over pay-to-play allegations. The feds say Wimberly received monthly cash bribes totaling $50,000 that were connected to the sale of a city property. Byron Nolan is running against Wimberly for the mayor's seat. Polls open tomorrow at 7 a.m. And new this morning, former Michigan Congressman Peter Meyer announcing he is joining the race for U.S. Senate. Meyer is the latest candidate to announce plans to run for the seat being vacated by Senator Debbie Stabenow, who's retiring. Meyer served one term as a Republican representative for West Michigan's 3rd District before he was ousted by a pro-Trump Republican. Meyer's an Iraq war vet and grandson of the founder of the Meyer supermarket chain. Other candidates running for the seat include former U.S. Rep. Mike Rogers, as well as former Detroit Police Chief James Craig, among others.
Post office workers in Detroit will rally today to demand more security on the job. It was quite a crowd at a rally yesterday in Milwaukee. Now, this is a national effort. The National Association of Letter Carriers say that enough is enough and more needs to be done to protect the safety of letter carriers because robberies and assaults are on the rise here and across the country. This comes during the time when postal workers are the busiest. The rally is scheduled for 4:30 this afternoon at the Detroit Post Office on 1st Street. And you may remember, in September, Taylor police said 3 armed men held postal workers at gunpoint for stolen post office equipment. We're getting a look at the deal between General Motors and the UAW. This is pretty similar to the ones with Ford and Stellantis. It includes 25% wage increases over the life of the contract. Now, also the cost of living adjustments and bonuses for retirees. Fox 2's Erica Francis has more.
The UAW president, Shawn Fain, certainly thrilled and proud that the union has finally reached tentative agreements with all 3 of the big 3. Of course, that includes Ford, Stellantis, and now GM. He took to Facebook Live over the weekend, highlighting the proposed deal with General Motors following 6 weeks of striking. Atop the list of accomplishments, a 25% wage increase over the life of the contract. Cost of living adjustments will be restored, a key bargaining demand met, something the union once thought was impossible. The tentative agreement also translates to positive news for temporary workers and retirees. Union President Fain laying out a clear strategy for what's next. He says auto workers at other companies deserve record contracts as well.
Thanks to the power of our stand-up strike, at ratification, all full-time temporary workers at GM with at least 90 days of employment will be converted to seniority employees.
The big 3 aren't the only auto companies making record profits. Auto workers at Toyota, Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, and Tesla, they deserve record contracts too. And we're going to do everything we can to support them in the fight to win what they deserve.
The deal, once ratified, will be expiring April 30th of 2028. We are in front of the General Motors headquarters. Erica Francis for Fox 2 News.